Martinsville Speedway, International Speedway Corporation owned NASCAR stock car racing track. Hey, we're up here in Henry County near Ridgeway, Virginia, and we're just a little bit south of Martinsville. Half-mile track here tonight, built in 1947, cowboy, and I'll tell you what, it is the only racetrack that's been on a NASCAR circuit from the beginning, way back in 1948. And I'll tell you what, Ben Kilcrease, he'll be calling the action up here in the booth with me. Welcome to Martinsville here tonight, cowboy. And then, of course, the legend, John Westling. We call him Magic Fingers back at the office. He'll be working those cameras over for you here tonight. But I tell you what, Ben, looking for some good racing here, Big Dawgz Racing. And we've been here with these guys before, looking at about 60 laps or so on fuel. They should be able to go the distance on tires, but I hear that we might hear some right side heat issues as well.
Yeah, it ought to be interesting to see how everyone takes care of the tires. If you push it too hard in the beginning, of course, they're going to wear out, but if you conserve them later on in the run, then they'll be fine. But I tell you what, ETV Live is in a good position to see some great short track racing here tonight from Martinsville.
I'll tell you what, cowboy, this is probably America's favorite short track, or at least one of them. And, you know, not only being the oldest one here, but I love the short track stuff. Bristol, of course, another half-mile track over in Bristol, Tennessee. But tonight, we're here, Jeff Ward take the pole here tonight. Chad Williams will be starting on the outside on the front row with him. And last week at Iowa, guys, Patrick McElwee walking away with the trophy from Iowa last week. He started in 8th position, guys, so good night for him. The pole sitter Jeff Ward would finish 2nd at Iowa last week, and then Kevin Buchanan starting way back in 10th position, 3rd place finish for him. So some pretty good racing at Iowa last week. Why don't we go ahead, Ben, and take them down through the points and let everybody know who's who and who's where here at Big Dawgz Racing. Starting out at the top, Jeff Ward. He's your points leader here coming into Martinsville tonight. And right behind him, 17 points. This could be a big point night for him. Jason Coleman, no movement this week, but he's set in 2nd seat to Jeff Ward.
Tell you what, the whole time, 3 separated by less than 25 points. 22 points behind Jeff Ward is Chad Williams. He's in the 3rd points position. And Billy Howard, don't see his name on the list here tonight. He is back in 4th, 99 points behind Ward.
You bet. And he's also up a position this week too, so unusual for him not to be at Martinsville here tonight. And right behind him, Mike Ward sitting in 5th position. He's down a notch here this week, cowboy, 102 points back. And then right behind him in 6th position, up 1 notch, Jesse Richardson. Jesse Richardson sponsoring the race here at Martinsville tonight. He sits 153 points behind the leader.
201 points behind. Going ahead of myself here. 186 points behind the leader, Dennis Mainville. He's got 635 points. That lands him in the 7th position. Scott Zoll behind him, 201 points behind the leader.
And Scott Zoll finishing 12th last week at Iowa, sitting in 9th position, guys. Rich Gajeski, he's 244 points behind the leader. Nelson Rodriguez, he'll bring up the top 10 here at Big Dawgz Racing. He's 308 points behind the leader and up 1 notch this week. All right, thought maybe we might have been having some issues with the broadcaster tonight. I know heavy storms back at the studio where this is all coming from, so there's a possibility that it might go dark on us here tonight. All right, and getting ready to get this thing going here at Martinsville. Ben, like I said before, Jeff Ward. Now that's not the Jeff Ward. That's the Jeff Ward. He'll be starting on the pole here tonight. Chad Williams with a solid run on the qualifying tonight. He'll be starting outside of Jeff, but let's talk about Martinsville here a little bit. It's an old track, asphalt track. It's banked about 10, 12 degrees in the turns, but you know, like I keep saying about some of these flat tracks, it's just for drainage basically when it rains here. Issue tonight up here down in the garage. Right side tires, right rear tire may be an issue here tonight, guys. Got to take it easy in these turns. Looking at about a 60 lap fuel run. Tires should go the distance, but only time will tell.
We'll just have to wait and see. And you said something about the banking. Not that much. Yeah, not that much to lean on here, so you'll see a bunch of these guys leaning on each other, which will get those famous oh-so short track tempers riled up here tonight in Martinsville.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, while we're getting close, why don't we get ready and take it down trackside. I believe the Cactus Cuties are standing by with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, and we are back here at Martinsville Speedway. Thank you to the Cactus Cuties for about the best rendition of the national anthem that you will ever want to hear, young ladies ages 11 to 16 years old. Let's take it down through the lineup here at Martinsville, starting out on the pole. Jeff Ward. He'll be picking up the green flag here tonight with a qualifying run of 19.515. And on the outside of him, Chad Williams on the first row up here, starting in third. In the second row, Dwayne Ham. He'll be starting on the inside. Outside him, in the number 12 machine, will be Jason Coleman. And starting fifth tonight, Lee Dietz on the inside. Outside him, in 27 machine, Ben, Harry Wilson.
Back here in seventh, you have Kevin Buchanan. And on the outside of him, Gary Warren. In ninth position, Patrick Elwey. And in 10th position, Chuck Chambly. 11th, Scott Zoll. To his outside, Mike Ward. And 13th, Pete Guthier. And to his outside, the number 00, that's my number right there, Gil Drake. And shotgun on the field, Jesse Richards Jr.
Jesse Richardson sponsoring the event here tonight at Martinsville. As we pick up the green flag, Jeff Ward gets it. Chad Williams, a little bit of a slow start here, guys. Dwayne Hammond, that bright yellow car down there coming through turn 2. Down the backstretch we go. We'll put the first lap in the book here, about another half a lap here at Martinsville. Looking at 120 laps here tonight. And I'll tell you what, these guys usually put on a pretty good race, so get set for a lot of fun here at Martinsville.
Pretty clean so far in the first lap. Got a battle around 7th position between Buchanan and McElwee, excuse me. That's a tight little battle right there. These guys just trying to get everything they can on the start, getting a nice little running position and run until about 50 to go or so, and then start making a hard charge.
5th place here, guys, Gary Wilson. He's been running the high line up here a little bit. Got to think that perhaps a car pushing on him here just a little bit early in the race here. 2 laps in the books here at Martinsville. Look for pushes to come about midway through the run. So we're looking at about 30 laps or so. Guys in the garage are telling me that these cars will start pushing pretty drastically, especially when that right side starts heating up here a little bit and they start losing the grip. But so far, pretty much a single file race here, guys. With in 14th position back here, Mike Ward. I believe that's the brother of Jeff Ward, if I'm not mistaken. Back here in that green, that bright number green 87 machine, John. Oh, and you're going around, Mike Ward going around. 87 car, caution coming out on the track. That's going to be Mike Ward bringing it out, just finding that banana peel, guys, and around he goes, coming off the turn. I believe that's going to be turn 4, if I'm not mistaken, so if I can get a better angle at it here. Let's throw it on down to the bad boy John Wessling for the E-Wine.
Yeah, JD, he just comes off that corner and just loses the handle of that car. Almost hits the water barrel there. I did see a little bit of water splash out of that thing, but that 87 machine going to be around here in the beginning laps here. Going to take quite a bit of damage to that left nose of that 87 machine.
Yeah, everyone down there on pit road almost got a shower, didn't they?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Yeah, and I was trying to get the view of the camera here. That's actually turn 2. He's coming off turn 2 here, and where I caught it, I saw the RPM start going up pretty rapidly coming off the turn. That's a pretty good indicator that the back end is broken loose, and the car's going to start going around and around. He did, just narrowly missing the barrels there at the beginning of the entrance on pit road there. But the first caution here at Martinsville, guys. All right, and really kind of no harm, no foul there for Mike Ward. It'll be 4 new shoes for sure.
Yeah, definitely want to come down and get some new rubber on that. He probably flat spotted a few, if not all, of his tires right there, and definitely don't want that leading to a blowout later on in the race.
Pits are open for the lead cars only. Lead cars only.
You bet. And don't know if we're going to get anybody coming down pit road or not, guys. I just heard pit road going open, so quite a few of them might elect to stay out here this time around. 7 laps in the books. As I know Mike Ward, he'll probably sit on down there and at least get 4 new shoes for sure. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take our first commercial break. You're watching live, ETV Live Cowboy from Martinsville Speedway, Big Dawgz Racing. So don't wander off. We'll be right back.
Okay, pits are up for all cars. We can pit now.
Hey dude, are you ready to rock and roll? If that's cool, then you need to do it over at HD Radio Network. HD Radio Network, 4 stations broadcasting 24/7 with everything from metal favorites to the 80s classic rock like legendary Leonard Skinner, Electric Light Orchestra, Foreigner, and bone-rattling, skull-crushing rock and roll on hard driving radio. And partnered with Nuff World Simulation Gaming, check out the HD Radio Network's Nuff Radio with Bear Factory, Stone Temple Pilots, Def Leppard, and a whole lot more. HDRadioNetwork.com. Take your pick and rock your brains out, dude.
All right, then we're getting a 1 to go here at Martinsville. Working our first caution tonight here, guys. And it's going to be Mike Ward bringing it out in that number 87 machine. And just finding that that banana peel coming off of turn 2 brought the rear end of the car around. Of course, about the only damage he did was to the tires. Jeff Ward going to pick up another green flag here tonight. Chad Williams, Dwayne Ham, Jason Coleman, Gary Wilson, your top 5 on the restart here as they come off of turn 4. Pace car is off, and we'll be back to green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Jeff Ward slowed them down quite a bit right there. Slow start, single file. They dive down into turn number 1. Pretty much single file all the way back.
And Martinsville Speedway, guys, you know, this is one of those tracks. I guess it's indicative of most of the flat tracks that I've seen. But you know, you only got about 3, 4, 5 laps maybe to get her done. After that, you pretty much got to settle in and take what you can get when it comes to you. But I tell you what, looking up here at Jason Coleman running in 4th position, he was all over the track coming off the turns here. So either Hanley going away real quick on that car after not pitting for 4 new fresh tires, or Coleman getting a little bit deep in the turns, a little heavy on the throttle here. Looks like he settled down here just a little bit. It's going to be Jason Coleman still running in 4th place up here, guys.
Yeah, I was watching 6th place right here, lead Dietz. He was looking in to the inside of Gary Wilson. Lost a little bit off before. He slowly started to catch him back. Looks like Wilson's lining up a stack of cars right here.
And up here in that 9th position, Chuck Chamley. He was putting the pressure on Buchanan in that 25 machine up there in front here just a minute ago, but now Buchanan, he's riding the bumper of the 21. That's going to be Patrick McKelvey up here in 7th position. So all these guys back here from about 6th place, starting with lead Dietz, guys, all the way back, about 3 cars here. And now Richardson enters the picture. It's going to be 10th place Jesse Richardson Jr. on the outside for position here. Going to try to get around the 52 machine on the top side. He's being blocked now by the 25 car of Buchanan coming off the turn.
Wilson was real sideways off of turn number 2 right there. Look at this side-by-side battling right here. Dietz has the inside as they dive down into turn number 1. Is he going to force the issue? Seems as if Wilson can get the better run off the corner, but Dietz has him clear.
And a 25
car goes around.
Oh! Caution number 2, guys. A 0-0 of Gil Drake around. And
pit road's closed.
When things settle down here a little bit, we'll see if we can't get our cameraman to take a good, nice, tight shot of that back end of that car. Let's take it on down to Magic Fingers John Westling for the E1.
Yeah, guys, he's just going to come through the corner, give it a little bit too much gas. Wow, right in the same place Mike Ward hit just a few minutes ago. That tow truck best be moving or he might get a free tow truck wash.
Yeah.
John, I told you not to throw your banana peels down when we walked the track earlier.
Yeah, you know, that's something we started here on ETV Live here some time ago, about something about somebody leaving banana peels down our track. Another driver that's pretty famous for finding them, we won't mention his name here anymore, but Drake certainly taking some front end damage on that 0-0 machine for sure. And you know, Martinsville half-mile track, guys, you know, you can sustain quite a bit of damage here. Front end damage, though, you know, you get the radiator and you know, front end parts, steering and everything, components up there in the front. Got to be a little bit careful about what kind of damage you take on the front end. So hopefully Gil Drake can get the repairs done and get back out there on the track in pretty good shape.
Yeah, you mentioned the damage on the front end. Really, if you just knock some sheet metal in, that's not going to hurt anything. But if you bust that radiator, you're done. Or if you knock a tire real hard against the wall, that'll knock your toe out and make the car handle quite a bit different than you're used to.
Pits are open for the lead cars only. Lead cars
could lead
only.
to some handling issues.
There you go. Hey, Looking over here in the chat room over here, Dwayne. I think that's Dwayne Hall logged in the chat room over there. Yeah, a little bit of. You need a little elbow room in there, Dwayne. What's the deal there, cowboy? And looks like Slammy's girl in the house and Slammy fan, whoever that is. Welcome to the race here tonight on ETV Live. I want to tell you about something that's coming your way here on next Tuesday night. The OpenPaddock.net live on ETV Live at 9:30 p.m. with Sean Petchin and gang. I'll tell you what, motorsports in brief, IndyCar results from Edmonton, England, and the Mazda Road to Indy updates. And you don't want to miss this show. Sean Petchin and his gang usually do a podcast. We've invited them over here to ETV Live. They're going to start doing it live starting Tuesday night. So you want to tune in about 9:30 this coming Tuesday. Race sponsored tonight by Richardson Construction. Jesse Richardson, he's on a track here tonight. He's let's see if I can't find his car. Well, he may not be on a track here tonight. There he is. He's driving a number 7 Best Buy machine here tonight on a track. But Richardson Construction in the Archer Lodge, North Carolina area, licensed contractors. They'll build decks, custom decks, additions if you need a spare room. A lot of fine work, like interior trim work. So get a hold of these guys, 919-625-2403, up in the Archer Lodge, North Carolina area. 22 laps in the books here, cowboy, 120 on the board. Jeff Ward still hanging out up in the front. Dwayne Ham, Jason Coleman, Lee Dietz back here in 4th position. Gary Wilson. We saw a gaggle of cars back here, guys, earlier. That's going all the way back to about, I believe it was about Kevin Buchanan, about 6th place. Patrick McKelvey, Gary Warren, all these guys back here. Some pretty good racing going on just before that last caution came out here.
Got a big old gaggle of cars, almost the whole rear half of the field. Thought I would mention though, 3rd place in points, Chad Williams stayed out under that caution, got him a lap led, and he's back in 15th position now, but he did get that lap led, get him a little extra points back in 15th. He should be able to make it up. He's got just under 100 laps to go.
As the pace car pulls off, and Jeff Ward's going to pick up another green flag here at Martinsville, and we are off and running. Turn them ponies loose, cowboy. I'll tell you what, getting off to a great start. Dwayne Ham going to try to keep the pressure on the bumper here. Oh! 3 wide coming off of turn 2, down the backstretch, cowboy. Richardson, Jesse Richardson, the 7 car back here in that Best Buy machine. He's got the 21 down on the bottom. Going to get the position on him on the high side. Right from the get-go, cowboy. I think these boys are itching to go racing.
I tell you what, like we said earlier, you got really about 3 laps, and every opportunity that you see, you better be taking it to your advantage. Look at Jesse Richardson come up through the field.
Yeah, Mike Ward in 10th position back here, taking a piece of the wall. We call that a souvenir from Martinsville Speedway. As the 87 machine, that bright green 87 car, running real high in the lane up here, guys. So I think he's that damage may have done something to the front end of that car, creating quite a push in that 87 machine. But I tell you what, cowboy, these boys are off and running here at Martinsville tonight. And going all the way back up in the front, Jeff Ward trying to build a lead over Dwayne Ham. Ham almost staying right on his bumper, right on the right from the get-go, but trying to get back in touch with that 89 machine out there in front. But so far, 28 laps in the books here at Martinsville, and by the looks of it, these boys are just itching to go racing here tonight, Ben.
I tell you what, I've been watching this battle for 4th between Jesse Richardson and Gary Wilson. They have been door banging off the turns like crazy. This is a great battle. Richardson made it into the top 5. Now he wants more. Looked real good on the early start. Didn't get a good run off of 4 right there. Lee Dietz going to look to the inside of him.
All right, and almost going too wide up here in front. The 7 machine of Richardson's going to get the position over Dietz. But here comes the 21 machine of McKelvey up on the outside of Dietz. Oh, contact coming off the turn there a little bit, down the front stretch. But you know what, Martinsville. Oh, big wreck right here up on the front stretch. A couple of cars involved here, guys. I know the 87 machine of Mike Ward involved here. Rolled around, take another look here, see if I can't catch. I just caught that out of the corner of my eye. I'm hearing the 21 car going around. Try to roll it backwards here on my machine and catch up to it.
JD, I don't think the caution lights came on. We're still green. I saw Mike Ward. He came down pit road with some tire issues. As you said, McElwee was involved in that. He was up there around the top 5.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't throw the caution there. There was actually a couple of guys around there, but Dietz, one of them, was able to hang on to that machine and keep the front end pointing in the right direction here. It's going to be Dietz in 11th position here. But certainly would have thought the caution was going to come out there. Mike Ward, who's now down a couple of laps, going in for repairs here at Martinsville. Actually has already made his repairs on his way back out on the track. But Mike Ward now going to go down a couple of laps here. He was involved in that as well. So surprisingly, no caution.
Yeah, tough break for him. Already involved in 2 incidents tonight. Up here around the front, though, Ham starting to...
Coleman in 10th position back here, guys, in that white number 12 machine around. Now, he took a hard hit into the tow truck sitting there on pit road. If I can run this forward here a little bit, and it's a banana peel as he looks like he just clips the barrels and smacks into that tow truck sitting there. Right there on pit road, or is that the ambulance? See if I can get a better camera angle at it. But,
they got more than a bath right there. They got quite a few souvenirs from his car.
Yeah. Yeah,
looks like
crashes,
he tried to dodge the tow truck and the ambulance there. It was quite interesting, guys.
Close call for everyone down there. See Mike Ward getting his lap back. Or one of his laps back, I should say. Tell you what, JD, this race is going by quickly already through 36 of the 120 laps here so far.
You bet. Right here at Martinsville Speedway, one of the oldest track, if not the oldest track. I'll have to do a little bit of research on that because there was some, you know, if you go back in the history, the track at Charlotte Motor Speedway, which is not the original track, was there, but supposedly there was a track at Charlotte that was actually one of the first tracks, and back then, of course, it was a dirt track, but I'll have to do a little research. But certainly, back in 1947, Cowboy, this track was built by H. Clay Earls, and it's the only track on the NASCAR circuit that's been on the schedule from day one.
Are open for the lead cars
so pit road open for everybody to come down. Looks like we got a number of them probably going to stay out here on this time around. But the third caution here at Martinsville for Big Dawgz Racing. Why don't we go ahead and step away as a few of these guys come down and get 4 new shoes and a bucket of oats. We'll take a commercial break. You're watching live ETV Live Cowboy. Don't wander off. We'll be right back. JD here with ETV Live, and let me tell you something. If it's too big for the pickup truck and you need to move it, there's only one trucking company you need to call, and don't bother with the Yellow Pages, cowboy. I'll give you that number in a minute. Manufactured goods, automotive, technical equipment, furniture, even if you need a reefer, Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated is the only choice, cowboy. With locations in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, Rancho Cucamonga, California, if you need to move it, store it, and keep it cold, you need to call Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated. Long haul, short haul, or just across town, Gary Mercer has the best trained and qualified drivers to get your load from point A to point B with professionalism and on time. So remember, Hoss, if it don't fit in the pickup truck, you're going to need a real truck, cowboy. Sponsors of ETV Live's Friday Night Showdown, Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated, 1-800-668-2980. And welcome back to Martinsville Speedway here with Big Dawgz Racing League. And I'll tell you, if you haven't seen the website over there, they're into more than just racing here, cowboy. BigDawgsGaming.com. And tonight we're in the Arca sim racing game as these guys get with it here at Martinsville. But I'll tell you what, Ben, when the frustration level gets out of hand, I'll tell you about that here in a minute. But Gil Drake picking up his first green flag here on the restart with our pole sitter Jeff Ward right behind him, and looks like Jeff Ward just going to keep the pressure up on Drake on the restart here. Going back in the field here, about fourth place, Gary Wilson, a little bit slow on the throttle as the 7 car comes alongside off the turn, almost clipping him here for right off the restart here. So I tell you, Ben, you know, watching these guys like any other short track, you got to get it in the first 4 or 5 laps here, cowboy. Otherwise, just settle in and let them come to you.
Yeah, that's for the 4th position between Gary Wilson, Jesse Richardson, and now Buchanan stepped his way on up here. Tell you what, Richardson, he almost did a little boot Wilson up the racetrack, scoot on by him, boogied back the turn. Oh my God! Whew. Man.
And while that's all happening back there, we had a change of leadership up here. Jeff Ward back to the front, and he's just absolutely leaving Gil Drake behind here as he puts the distance almost a half a second on him over the course of about 1 lap here. So Jeff Ward back up into the front here. He's your points leader here at Big Dawgz Racing. Now, what I was going to tell you about here, Ben, as these guys get frustrated here at Martinsville tonight, they're going to pick up the guns and go get into other stuff like Modern Warfare 2, Bad Company. I believe that's the mod of the Battlefield game, Battlefield 2. They also do the Battlefield 3 stuff. So I'll tell you what, cowboy, when they get tired of driving their cars, they just pick up the weapons and go start shooting things. So BigDawgsGaming.com. Check them out over here, guys.
Haven't really done too much of the shooting games myself. Might need to get into it, get some frustration away from these short track tempers. Meanwhile, though, we have a battle for 5th between Buchanan and Chuck Chambly. It's starting to heat up. Buchanan trying to work that high side, but Chambly gets such a great run off of the corner on that high side. Williams to the inside of Buchanan. Oh, he dove it down in there. Buchanan may have some problems here.
Maybe Buchanan, that 25 machine in 7th position on the outside up here. And I'm talking to these guys down in the garage earlier. You know, they were talking about these cars pushing just, you know, pretty much from the get-go. But it's a little bit difficult, I guess, to try to keep that car down on the apron line. But Buchanan seemed to be doing a pretty good job coming off of turn 4 there down the backstretch. But, you know, tight conditions here, right rear tire specifically, some right front trouble about halfway through the run. So if we get there, looking for some overheating conditions, as we got a battle happening up here in 7th position. Chad Williams, he's got the 27 of Gary Wilson and Chambly up here in the front, cowboy. I'll tell you what, look out his windshield. Oh, he takes it tight into the turn, almost going to lose it to the 31 machine of Williams. Almost getting there, cowboy, but I'll tell you what, he's trying to get over to get around that Gary Wilson, as Wilson takes turn 2 real wide coming down the backstretch.
I thought Williams was going to try and make it 3 wide right there. He thought better of it as he's going to try and get around Gary Wilson for the 6th position. But I stress, Wilson, he gets such a great run off of the corner, if you can catch him in a corner that he doesn't get that good run through the middle and off, then you're in good condition. But otherwise, he's got that outside line down here at Martinsville.
You bet. And now Gary Warren trying to get past it. Buchanan Warren in 9th position, made a run at it coming off of turn 2, couldn't get it down the back stretch, going into turn 3, contact with the 25, trading door handles here, Cowboy. I'll tell you what, left a little bit of paint on the side of both of those cars as Gary Warren moves up to 8th position around the 25 car. And Ben, I was just going to tell you, I got one of them shooter games, but I'll tell you what, Cowboy, it only lasts about 10 minutes for me before the game over window comes up. I just tend to shoot everything I see in sight, and I guess you're not supposed to do that.
Oh boy, yeah, I think you're supposed to shoot your enemies.
Yeah, well, my frustration level takes me to the point where I just shoot everything I see move, and then, like I said, pretty soon the game over, you lose, comes up on the screen. That pretty much ends my night. That happened after about 10 minutes. But tell you what, 54 laps here at Martinsville, 120 on the board here tonight, and it's heating up back here about 8th position, right in front of Gary Warren. Chad Williams in 7th
right, yellow
position.
flag. Back it
Caution
down.
is out on the track for the 4th time here tonight, guys. We'll cycle around. Looks like it's going to be, our leader, Ward, Jeff Ward, around on the front stretch here, guys. Let's take it on down to Magic Fingers for the E-Wine. Actually, that's going to be on the back stretch. My bad. Coming off turn. John, what do we got, bud?
Yeah, guys, he just lost it all on his own, that same exact spot. We better put that banana peel, get it back up off the track, guys. These guys can't handle that, evidently.
All right, our leader going around here, Ben, and you know, they did come down on that last pit stop. Now, I know he stayed out on a couple of cautions prior to that, but did elect to come down on that last caution. Remember, he started in behind of, I think it was Gil Drake. So Jeff Ward, our pole sitter, already having some problems here and, on lap 57.
Yeah, and really what it is over there, the only thing I could think of is right when the banking goes flat is when you'll get that wheel spin, and some of these guys just aren't able to control it tonight, it looks like.
All right, caution number 4 here at Martinsville Speedway.
Mike Ward getting to wave around. He's back on the leading lap. So all 15 cars in the race are on the lead lap. Gonna wait for the pits to open, see if anyone elects to come down.
All right, 4 cautions here at Martinsville. Not a bad night. 15 drivers started this race here tonight. 15 of them still on the track here. Jeff Ward up in front now. Jeff also won at or no, he did not win at Iowa. I don't think Jeff Ward. Yeah, Jeff Ward came in second at Iowa. That's what it is. He started on the pole at Iowa. But after 90 laps, Patrick McElwee overtook him and went home with the trophy. Patrick running about 12th place here tonight. I believe he's heading down pit road, so I'm sure it'll be a 4-tire change for that 21 machine here at Martinsville. And then once again, I want to remind everybody the race being sponsored tonight by Richardson Construction. Interior trim work, licensed contractor, custom built decks, Cowboy. And if you got an addition to spare room you need to put on, you need to build yourself a little bar or add a bedroom for the 3 or 4 kids your wife's got coming on the way. They're located up in the Archer Lodge, North Carolina area. Call them up tonight, Cowboy, and set it up. 919-625-2403. Get a hold of Jesse Richardson and get a bid on doing some construction work for you. So Richardson Construction sponsoring the race here at Martinsville as we get ready to rumble one more time here, guys.
Should be interesting. Scott Zoll elected to stay out that time. He's 8th in points. He's 201 points behind Jeff Ward. He's going to try and make up a little bit of points tonight. David Ham right behind him, then Chuck Chambly, Gil Drake, Jason Coleman. That's going to be the top 5 on the restart as we get ready to crank them back up.
And looks like it's all coming down pit road, guys. So a couple of bonus points always in the works. Hey, you know, if you got it, get it. Usually, you know, it was my personal policy. If I was outside the top 10, I had a chance to lead a lap and get some bonus points. That's what I'm going to do, because I knew I could probably make up those positions a little bit later on during the race somewhere. But Zoll coming down pit road, got his bonus points. He'll be back out on the track here just shortly. Starting out in front, it's going to be Dwayne Ham. He'll be picking up the green flag tonight. Chuck Chambly, Gil Drake with that fantastic looking 00 machine of his.
I was just about to ask what was on the hood of that.
What? Well, maybe we can get John to see if we can't get a real tight close up, real tight close up.
Oh boy.
Depends if you guys want to see the fronts or the back. I like the back part of the car a lot better than the front.
Yeah. Was that supposed to say?
We'll go back to green next
That's
time
supposed to mean something like "kiss my wet"? Kiss my
I
wet?
couldn't even read what it said on the back of it. I might have to go back and take a look.
Meanwhile, though,
yeah, this might be late night TV.
Yeah, we'll save that for one of the after shows. Just past halfway, just under 60 laps to go. Lights are off on that pace car. Dwayne Ham going to lead them to the green flag here.
You bet. That 09, that bright yellow banana looking 09 machine from Dwayne Ham. And Dwayne Ham's a pretty cool cat too. You ever get a chance to yak at him over here at Big Dog Gaming. But he picks up the green flag here tonight. Chambly just a little bit slow on the throttle there, Cowboy. And I'll tell you what, at a place like Martinsville, you got to stay on the bumper of the guy in front of you. Otherwise, it's going to set you back here a couple of notches. But where's our pole leader, Cowboy? Our pole sitter, the 89 machine, Jeff Ward. He's mired back here in 8th position after these round of pit stops, guys. So Jeff Ward got some work cut out for him right now as we go 2 wide, 2, 3 deep up here in front of him. Ward trying to get around Williams up here. They're having some bad luck at it, but Williams, he's got the 12 machine up here in front. He's duking it out up here too, but here comes the 89 machine alongside the 31, Ben.
Williams and Coleman got together in 3 and 4, which gave Ward that opportunity to get around Williams. Couldn't get it done. Now Williams looks to the inside of Coleman. Can he dive it down in there hard enough, get him cleared off the corner? He does. Wow, that's close. Oh! Coleman was sideways off of 4 right there. Gary Warren now going to try and get around Coleman. That was a little bit hairy.
Yeah, it was taking advantage of Coleman as Coleman takes a souvenir off the wall coming off the turn there. Now here comes the Dietz machine down here. That's going to be the 83 machine of Lee Dietz here for a position as well. But I tell you, Jeff Ward trying to get back up to the front. Right now he's in 7th position, trying to move forward. He's got the 31 and the 7 machine of Jerry, or
all right, yellow flag, back it down.
Jesse Richards. Caution comes out again here, guys. So we can roll it around.
Chad
Williams. Chad Williams. Let's take it on down to Magic Fingers John Westling for the E-Wine. Guys, what do you got?
He's just battling here right in front of Jeff Ward. I think Jeff Ward's going to take a little damage here. Wow, yeah, he's definitely going to take a little more damage here. He makes slight contact with that 31 machine as he goes spinning around to the inside wall. Just couldn't quite keep the grip on that car coming to that corner.
Jeff Ward got a tad little bitty piece of that. I don't think it hurt. I don't think it'll hurt the car too much. It got a little bit tongue tangled right there. I think that's the first spin that we've seen off of 4.
First one off of 4 for tonight. You bet they've been coming off of turn 2 down there on the other end of the track. But you're right, Jeff Ward takes a little piece of the 31 machine with him. So catch a souvenir for that 89 car. As he probably left a little bit of green paint on the back of that 31 machine. But fifth caution coming out here tonight, guys, at Martinsville Speedway. And I tell you, we just had, it was just shy of about 10 laps ago, we had our last caution, so I don't know whether we're going to see a whole lot of activity on pit road.
I don't know. The guys, they've been coming down pit road when I thought they wouldn't have so far, so it's just unpredictable until pit actually opens and crew chiefs say, get your butt down here and stay out on the track. But I was about to mention before that caution came out, Jason Coleman, we saw him had a little bit of contact with the outside wall. Might have done a little bit of damage to that car as he's been falling back the past few laps. He fell back out of the top 10. He's now 10th. But only reason he is 10th is because the 31 car of Chad Williams spun right there. So watch Jason Coleman to come down and maybe get some damage repaired right here because he was falling back in that last little stint.
I'll tell you, I'm a Mark Martin type of race car driver. As Dwayne Ham fakes him going down pit road. That's going to cause Chambly to stay out. But I'm a Mark Martin kind of driver, guys. If I get the opportunity, it's going to be 4 new tires and a tank full of gas for me. Caution number 5 here at Martinsville. We're going to go ahead and step away, check out the buffet table back here behind us. So, hey, cowboy, don't wander off. We'll be right back.
Hey dude, are you ready to rock and roll? If that's cool, then you need to do it over at HD Radio Network. HD Radio Network, 4 stations broadcasting 24/7 with everything from metal favorites to the 80s classic rock like legendary Leonard Skinner, Electric Light Orchestra, Foreigner, and bone-rattling, skull-crushing rock and roll on hard driving radio. And partnered with Nuff World Simulation Gaming, check out the HD Radio Network's Nuff Radio with Bear Factory, Stone Temple Pilots, Def Leppard, and a whole lot more. HDRadioNetwork.com. Take your pick and rock your brains out, dude. Alright, we are back live here at Martinsville Speedway. 1947 Cowboys, one of the oldest tracks. In fact, it is, if you check the NASCAR history books, the oldest track still on the NASCAR schedule up here in Martinsville, Virginia. But I'll tell you what, working our 5th caution of the night, Mr. Williams bringing that one out, Cowboy. Dwayne Ham still out there in front with Chuck Chambly, Gary Wilson, Patrick McElvey, as we go back to Green Flag Racing here at Martinsville. And I'll tell you now, Chambly's doing just exactly what he needs to do. Stay right on the bumper of that bright yellow banana, Dwayne Ham up there in front of him. Doesn't look like he's going to hang on to it here for very long, but you got to stay right on the bumper and look for that opportunity. Getting off to a good start here. Moved back here quite a ways, back to 3rd position, guys. Already 1.4 seconds back, so Gary Wilson having a tough time. Oh, 2 wide coming off the turn. Almost 3 wide is Jeff Ward working himself way on up to the front here. A 21 on the bottom, got to take it 3 wide. Gets off the throttle a little bit early. Tried to get around Wilson up here, thinks twice of it. He's going to back it down here a notch. Going to go 3 wide again here, comes through the turn. Ward on the outside, he backs off of it again. Oh, one going around up here. Dawgz going around on the front stretch here. No caution, or on the back stretch rather. Coming off turn 2. Dawgz in big trouble, guys. Got a right rear tire, left rear tire going down as he made contact with the inside wall. So Dawgz back here
in 15th position, in big trouble. Sparks flying off the rim of that tire, guys. So look for him to come down pit road here just shortly.
Tell you what, McElway, he almost lost us off of turn number 4 right there. These guys, they are getting racy in the later portion of this race. Jeff Ward, he wants that lead back.
You bet. And let's take it down to John for a little bit more. John, what do you got, bud?
JD, this 89 machine of Jeff Ward, no stranger to me. He was Elite Sim Racing champion over there in our Pro Series. This youngster here, well, he's probably not a youngster anymore, but he loves to sing country music on YouTube, JD. Do a search for Jeff Ward on YouTube. He's a pretty good singer, too, and he's one hell of a racer. I guarantee you that.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll just have to look that up and see if we can't get some airtime for Jeff Ward here on ETV Live, Cowboy. I'm a little partial to some cowboy music myself. But in the meantime, back here about in 9th position, taking on back to that 25 machine, 2x2 all the way up to the front, up in front of him up here to the 7 car of Jesse Richardson on the inside here, duking it out with the 27 of Gary Wilson. So Jesse Richardson in that Best Buy number 7 machine having a pretty good run. Jeff Ward has made it all the way up into the 3rd position up here, guys. Now he sits about almost 2 seconds back of the leaders up here, Dwayne Ham and Chuck Chamley. So I tell you what, these boys are still duking it out here. 83 laps into this race here tonight, guys. And all the way back here to about 8th position, still too wide up here in front. And it ain't just no quitting these Cowboys.
Tell you what, JD, it's getting in those closing laps. Everyone trying to get where they want to be, and Jeff Ward has made up 2/10 a lap for the past 3 laps ever since he got past that gaggle of cars. He is coming to the front.
You've got still a lot of good racing action back here, about 9th position. Kevin Buchanan trying to hang on to what he's got in that 25 car. He's got, one of them goes around. It's going to be a 21 car. Patrick McKelvey goes around, coming off the turn, guys. Same old story here. Somebody throwing banana peels out from the stands up there. Roll it back here as, look at it one more time here. Let's take it on down to Magic Fingers John Westling for the E-Wine.
Yeah, JD, he's just going to lose it off the corner here. Once again, same back channel. He's going to lose it off that corner. He's not going to take a whole lot of damage here in that 21 Motorcraft. I hope that's a Ford.
I was watching, I'm actually looking at it again. I don't know if he had any help out of that, Gil Drake or not. No, I guess not. Just caught a glimpse of it off the corner of my eye, but you're right. He just finds that banana peel coming off turn there. Again, that's going to be coming off of turn 4, and I thought Gil Drake might have had a piece of the bumper helping him around, but apparently not. So caution number 6 here at Martinsville.
I'll tell you what, they started in turn 2 spinning in the first half, and in the last half here, we're going to switch it over to turn 4. I don't know what's going on down there.
I don't know. I'm wondering if it's somebody throwing banana peels. Looks like Lee Dietz. I believe that's going to be Dietz getting the lucky dog, I believe.
Tell you what, guys, you better be watching that 89 of Jeff Ward on this restart. He, like I said, he's closing 2/10 of a second that last lap, and he is going to be closing fast on this restart. He's right there to the rear bumper of the top 2, and if he gets a chance, he's going to get around them.
And Jeff Ward starting on the pole here tonight as we get the one go here at Martinsville. And I tell you what, that was probably the caution he was hoping for. Oh, apparently, I'm sorry, not the one to go. They actually, I misheard the pit crew or the flagman down here. They're actually going to open up pit road.
And so JD, I'm looking at this track. It's just a gorgeous track here tonight. Broadcasting very well. I did happen to see on the front stretch there, it says jnstracks.net, and this is a pro pro track, add-on track for Arca here, if you will. And man, they did a fantastic job on the Speedway.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a beautiful looking track. As we work through some pit stops down here. Of course, this is caution number 6 coming out here, and the laps are starting to wind down. 89 laps in the books here, 120 on the board. And I want to go back to you. We don't have all of the information or graphical information and stuff from openpaddock.net. That's all coming, so I can't put anything on the screen for you tonight. But I want to remind you, Tuesday night, tune in 9:30 p.m. here Eastern Time at ETV Live. Openpaddock.net is going to air their first broadcast. You can catch them at openpaddock.net, www. And it's a pretty cool talk show. And I tell you, Sean Petchin and his crew, they let it all hang out, Cowboy. That's why it's a 9:30 p.m. show. Put the kids to bed, grab yourself a cold one, and sit down in front of your computer and listen to these guys. It's all about IndyCar racing, motorsports in brief, then the IndyCar results from Edmonton, England, and also the Mazda Road to Indy updates live here on ETV Live from openpaddock.net with Sean Petchin and crew. So we're really looking forward to that.
I believe we're going to have updates from some of the leagues we cover on ETV each week too, aren't we, JD?
I believe so. You know, trying to put some extra content together here. It's not just about you know, going around in a circle in a fast car. It's about what's happening in the racing world here, in the sim racing world. Look, you know, as far as content goes here on ETV Live. So ETV Live, fast becoming your auto sports entertainment online network here. And
okay, we're
I'll tell you,
going back to green
really
next
looking
time
forward
by.
to it.
Lap cars on the inside.
All right, Gil Drake's going to pick up the green flag on the restart. Kevin Buchanan, Dwayne Ham, Jeff Ward taking a 4th seat back here in behind them. And Chuck Chambly, who's been having a pretty good run here tonight in that 52 machine, he'll be restarting in 5th here at Martinsville, guys.
It should be interesting. Drake or Norm Buchanan took tires on that restart, and should see how, or going to see how they hold up as we get ready to crank them back up. Should be interesting. Less than 30 to go.
You bet. And Dwayne Ham, he came down and took tires along with Jeff Ward. So we'll see how long it takes before Gil Drake is basically forced out of that seat. Him and Buchanan up here. So 2 against 2 on the restart. Pace car has pulled off. We're getting set to do it one more time here at Martinsville, and we are off and running with Gil Drake picking up the green flag. Gets off to a huge jump over Buchanan up here. Buchanan trying to fight back down here in a turn, but can't make up any ground on the restart. Let's go all the way back to 4th position back here. Jeff Ward, your pole sitter, that number 89 machine. Country Western music. I'll tell you what, Cowboy, he's probably singing a song in the cockpit of that machine. Going back here just a little bit further, go 3 wide with the Richardson up on the outside, back here in 7th position to 52 on the bottom. Warren out there in front holds them off, 52, and the Richard machine and the 7 machine 2 wide. Holy cow, I tell you what, laps are winding down here, and they are just going after it.
My goodness, that was exciting back there. And you, speaking about Jeff Ward singing a country music song, you might be singing that song Boot, Scoot, and Boogie. You might be thinking about booting one of these guys, scooting on past them and boogieing to a win. We'll have to wait and see.
Boot, Scoot, and Boogie. I tell you what, they're doing the boogie here at the Martinsville Speedway, Cowboy. That 7 machine of Richardson still fighting back. Oh, Chamberlain almost getting out of shape in that 52 machine. Caution coming out here for the 7th time. Let's send it on down to, I think John's already got it on the E1, guys. Let's take it on down, John.
Let's see if we can cue this up one more time, guys. See what happened off the same corner. Actually, this is off 3rd forward this time. I think that's only the 2nd one here, and he's going to spin around, smack that inside wall once again. He misses the water barrels. That was a good one.
the water barrels. that one was off of turn 2. We're switching it up now.
Yeah, quite a bit of damage to that right rear of that 62 car too, guys, and it looks like he's got a tire down as well, so smoking his way around the track, trying to get that thing down pit road and get those tires changed.
Yeah, right front down, going real slow. Don't want that thing to come apart and tear that fender apart.
You bet. Caution number 7 here at Martinsville Speedway. Of course, you know, this is short track racing, Cowboy. This is what it's all about. America's short track, and you know, if you can't put up with it, then hey, I suggest you do something like play tiddlywinks or something else. But this is what it's all about, Cowboy. This is short track racing, American style, and you guys going after it here.
Ben was talking about the boot, scoot, and boogie. I think our flagman's doing that. Either that or break dance.
Boot, scoot, boogie. I'm still watching that 62 machine of Goth here. Looks like he coming around a turn here. That tire just absolutely smoking to beat the band. He's got to come down here and get that thing off of there before it lights a fire under the chassis of that machine. But 7th caution here at Martinsville, guys. Why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take a commercial break. You're watching a live ETV Live, Big Dogs racing right here in Martinsville. So don't wander off. We'll be right back. Hey, JD here with ETV Live, and let me tell you something. If it's too big for the pickup truck and you need to move it, there's only one trucking company you need to call, and don't bother with the Yellow Pages, Cowboy. I'll give you that number in a minute. Manufactured goods, automotive, technical equipment, furniture, even if you need a reefer, Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated is the only choice, Cowboy. With locations in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, Rancho Cucamonga, California, if you need to move it, store it, and keep it cold, you need to call Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated. Long haul, short haul, or just across town, Gary Mercer has the best trained and qualified drivers to get your load from point A to point B with professionalism and on time. So remember, Hoss, if it don't fit in a pickup truck, you're going to need a real truck, Cowboy. Sponsors of ETV Live's Friday Night Showdown, Gary Mercer Trucking Incorporated, 1-800-668-2980. And welcome back to ETV Live. Big Dogs racing here at Martinsville Speedway here tonight, guys. Some short track action. America's short track, Cowboy. Half-mile stuff here. Yeah, 102 laps in the books. Working our 7th caution here tonight. The 62 machine of Peter Gothier bringing it out this last time. 15 cars still on the track here. Lee Dietz in that 83 car. Still, he's 1 lap down. I don't know that he's going to get the wave around here. I think he might have already gotten one. But Gil Drake still holding down the front end up here in that 00. I guess we could call that a butt-kicking machine, I guess. I don't know. But Kevin Buchanan, Jeff Ward, who started out on the pole, Ben, he's still trying to fight his way back up to the front up there. Dwayne Ham, that bright yellow banana peel-looking 09 machine. And Gary Warren in your in the top 5 here. Gary Warren having a pretty decent night in that number 66 mossy oak car of his. Beautiful looking paint jobs here at Martinsville.
Yeah, guys, you know what time it is?
Crank it up time?
Can we crank it up?
I don't know. I don't know if we can crank it up or not, but I'll tell you what, it's go time for Gil Drake up here in that 00 car. The green flag comes out, and we are back at it in Martinsville.
We got him crunk out pretty good that time, and everyone's tail to nose. Oh, my goodness. Ham and Ward almost got together right there. Now Warren looking to the inside of Ham. That's for the 4th position. Oh, we got.
All right, yellow flag. Back it down.
Straight away.
Okay, the leader just took the yellow. Pit road's closed. Pit road's closed.
Buchanan in the 25 car bringing out caution number 8 here at Martinsville, guys. Roll around here and see if we can't find out what happened at 25 car. Let's take it on down to Magic Fingers. John, what do we got on the E-line, bud? Another banana peel?
Yep, one more banana peel, this time for the 25 car, which was way up front. And a lot of drivers just zinged right past them, missed them, JD. But, yep, another banana peel, and Buchanan's going to take a lot of damage to that machine.
I don't know if you guys saw Ham in that situation or not, but he had a heck of a save right behind the spinning Buchanan right there.
And Jeff Ward finds himself in the exact same position he did once before. Same thing, but this time manages to keep the front end off of Buchanan's car and keep the front end of that machine of his clean. But same type of situation. So Jeff Ward's seen that in. You know, it must be like hitting a rewind button for Ward.
Wow. I was on the whisper there talking to you guys. Anyways, Jeff Ward going to be chasing for the lead. Here when we go back green, it'll be less than 10 to go.
Less than 10 to go, and I believe everybody is now on the lead lap. So it could be anybody's race here at Martinsville. You know, some of the accidents, wrecks, and whatever we've seen here tonight, you know, these cars can sustain quite a bit of body damage. Short track racing, that's what it's all about here anyway. And I tell you what, as long as you keep the sheet metal pulled away from all 4 tires, you're still in pretty good shape, short track style racing. But I tell you what, let's talk about ETV Live here for just a little bit. ETV Live, the leader in sim broadcasting, ingenuity, innovation, and vision. ETV Live has set the bar in providing the best online simulation autosports broadcasting. Enjoy the After Show, a 24-hour network featuring reruns of ETV Live's top racing events. And don't miss our weekly series, Real Sim Racing Full Throttle Cup Series. We're going to be in Chicago tomorrow night, Cowboys, so you don't want to miss that, 8:30 p.m.
For all cars.
Of course, on Monday nights with the Real Sim Racing. We're actually going to be taking this coming Monday night off. I believe the NASCAR schedule is off that night as well. We'll be back with Real Sim Racing in 1 week. But certainly don't miss the Friday Night Showdown tomorrow night with Michael Conti, David Bass, Dakota Herman. The whole gang will be there at Chicagoland for the final race of the Friday Night Showdown series. So back out here at Martinsville, Gil Drake's still out there in front. He's got a pile of green flags on that seat next to him up there, and we will have less than 10 to go, Ben.
It's going to get interesting.
Okay, we're going back to green next time by.
Might see Ward try and dive it down into turn number 1. Let's hope those Goodyear tires can stick for him. Or Hoosier. What are they running, Arca?
Hoosier tires here in Arca, but I'll tell you what, best guess, whatever these guys want to put on a machine, that's what they're going to run with. BigDawgsGaming.com, and I'll tell you, when these guys' frustration levels get a little bit too high after the race, they're going to go off over that Battlefield 3 and pull a few triggers and let some steam off. Gil Drake picking up the green flag. Jeff Ward up into 2nd position. Bump drafting down the front stretch on a restart. Pushes the 00 to the bottom. Ward on the top of the lead. Can't get the job done. Drake fighting back on the bottom. Tries to slam the door. Caution back out on the track, guys.
Jesse Richardson around.
Almost looked like Ward was going to pick up the lead from Drake up there. Drake fighting back, slams the door on him, but before Ward could get anything done, the 7 car of Jesse Richardson going around here at Martinsville, bringing caution number 9 out on track. It looks like he did it all by himself. Just another banana peel, Cowboy. Looks like he might have gotten in the back of. Looks like he might have gotten in the back of Jeff Ward there a little bit, but he does get booted around, helped around the turn there a little bit.
Yeah, he dove down in there and got into the back of Mike Ward. And he got it turned around and bounced around a little bit.
All right, caution number 9 here at Martinsville Speedway, and that came lickety split right off of the last caution back on lap 106. So these guys starting to turn up the boiler here just a little bit.
Guys, do you think Jeff Ward is chasing the win, or what's on front of Gil Drake's car?
Well, you know, what is that on the front of Gil Drake's car?
Still haven't figured it out. Oh boy.
Oh gosh. Oh guys, Gil Drake. It looked like he might be having internet issues. Oh, there he goes. He's gone.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
pits are open for all cars. We can pit now.
Electrical problems for that 00 machine of Gil Drake. And,
Wow.
oh man, I was looking for a good finish here at Martinsville between the 00 and the 89 machine. Ward up here by himself, and he's got that yellow banana back here behind him, Dwayne Ham. Now he's no cowboy. I'll tell you what, Dwayne Ham can wheel a pony around this track like no other. So watch for that 09 machine to put a little pressure on Jeff Ward. Now on the restart, Ben, Dwayne Ham's going to have to stay right on the bumper of Ward, because Ward will break that hook and toss that rope aside, and he'll be on his way. But we'll see what happens here when we get to the restart. But Gary Warren, Chuck Chambly, and Chad Williams making up your top 5 on the restart here when we get to it, Cowboy. But I'll tell you what, working caution number 9 here at Martinsville. Let's do another plug here. Let's do it for Race Department. If you're looking for a quality race community to get the latest news in sim racing, find a place to race or just keep up with the latest equipment, do it over at racedepartment.com. I know it's a UK-based outfit, a lot of road racing over there. ETV Live has just starting a kind of a long integration with racedepartment.com to sort of introduce oval racing over there a little bit more. Guys over at Race Department, Ram and Jose and everybody expressing an interest in wanting to try to promote some of the oval racing over here in the United States. So ETV Live going along for the ride over there, racedepartment.com, full service sim racing community, forums, news, live broadcasts. Catch it over there. Sign up today, racedepartment.com.
JD, guess what I'm going to do? Anybody that signs up over at the Race Department and starts a forum over there and joins that group, we're going to give them a free broadcast on ETV.
Green, 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 green.
There you go, Jeff Ward picking up a green flag here tonight. You heard it right out of the mouth of John Westling. Free broadcast for the first league that signs up with our Race Department. Dwayne Ham can't stay on the bumper. Jeff Ward is just absolutely running away with the lead up here, but here comes Gary Warren on the bottom. He's duking it out with Dwayne Ham down here. Ham's going to give it up on the top side as he gets wicked loose.
Ham is having terrible.
52 to 31, going around, almost going around here. 52 to 31, trading paint.
Mike Ward around.
Oh,
Caution's
Mike
out.
Ward going out. Caution coming out here. 10th caution, guys. As these guys are just, they have thrown caution to the wind, Cowboy.
Okay, the leader just took the yellow. Pit road's closed.
And
Pit
this,
road's closed.
I believe this may set us up for a green-white checkered, I believe.
Oh boy, this is gonna be crazy right here. Gary Warren is going to have to get a good restart on this green-white checker. And tell you what, the person who's licking his chops right now, Chad Williams, he's hoping Gary Warren and Jeff Ward go up the track together and he can sneak on by and win this thing. But we're just going to have to wait and let it play out here and see exactly what happens.
Yeah, I'm watching this replay. It looks like Coleman just, I'm not sure what happened to Coleman, but the 87 machine almost going 3 wide with McKelvey down there on the bottom. But Coleman just takes a kind of a hard left-hand turn right into the side of Mike Ward, and around goes Ward, and somebody else was sitting opposite with the opposite end of the car and facing the wrong direction too here. I couldn't catch who that was, but caution number 10 here coming out at Martinsville Speedway, and guys, I think this is going to set us up for a green-white checkered finish.
Tell you what, JD, Dwayne Ham, I think, will, not really the cause, but he had a bunch to do with that last caution. He was wicked loose. Looked like he was driving on dirt almost. He got them all stacked up behind him, and man, I'm surprised he kept that car straight.
I'll tell you what, dude, there's been times that I've been out here at Martinsville in my race car and wished I had another set of hands on the steering wheel. It can be a handful down here, guys. Of course, as things start to wind down here, you know, the racing doesn't come alive until usually the last 10-15 laps anyway, and that's exactly what we're seeing here tonight. Jeff Ward has finally made it out to the front, but I'll tell you what, it was Gil Drake that gave it up to him. Electrical problems with that double zero machine, forced to put it behind the wall and head for the barn, cowboy. So Gil Drake done for the night here at Martinsville Speedway. I want to remind everybody that Richardson Construction, they're sponsoring the race here tonight. And I'll tell you what, licensed contractors up in the Arca Lodge, North Carolina area, cowboy. So if you need some work done, interior trim, you need a custom deck built. How about an addition, spare room? How about a race room, you know, built onto your house? You want to get a hold of Richardson Construction. 919-625-2403 up in the Arca Lodge.
If you could fit it in the budget, I mean, ETV could probably use a new broadcast booth. I mean, fit it in the budget, dude. I can't even go to the dollar store. I can't even go to Walgreens and get batteries for the calculator. Oh, we're not going to start this battery thing again, are we?
Oh boy, here we go. You know, maybe at least they could at least build a somewhat of a comfortable building, like if we have a long weekend at a racetrack, because that little van you guys had last weekend in New Hampshire, I didn't get too much sleep.
Well, that rabbit's getting tired of turning that belt just so we can keep these window airs running, I can tell you that much.
Well, I tell you, I can't even get a comfortable seat to broadcast from. I've been sitting on this church pew now for about 2 years. One of them hardwood church pews built like about 1888.
Oh yeah, John remembers those from his childhood.
Well, at least they don't put out splinters, JD. I mean, that's all I can tell you.
Maybe he was talking and didn't hear what I said.
And looks like Scott Zoll in the 101 car, guys, done for the night as well. And looks like issues with the brakes. Of course, I was reminded of that earlier down in the garage, brake issues. I forgot to bring that up, but you know, Wakuchi's setting up with different kind of brake pressures here tonight, and apparently Scott Zoll having some issues. But the pace car has pulled off. This should be for the last time, as Jeff Ward's going to pick up another green flag. He's got Gary Warren on his bumper for the restart. Chad Williams, Dwayne Ham up here in front as we go back to green flag racing here at Martinsville Speedway. Warren trying to hang on. Here comes the 31 to the outside. Can't get the job done. Slams the 86 machine. Slams the door shut. Caution is out. Richardson around. Jesse Richardson in the number 7 Best Buy machine.
Okay, the leader just took the yellow. Pit road's closed. Pit road's closed.
And I don't know how many, I don't know if they have unlimited green-white checkers here or not, but I'll tell you what, if they do, they're going to have to pay some overtime to those flagmen up here. But the 7 machine going around on the top side of the track here, guys. And he didn't have any help, but the 25 car burning off a lot of rubber, skidding, trying to skid to a stop there, try to keep from piling into that 7 car, Ben.
Yeah, Buchanan, he got lucky he didn't just crawl over the rear end of that number 7 of Jesse Richardson right there. That was close. And JD, I think we're going to try it again on the green-white checker.
All right, then they are going to call the race, guys. It is over. And I've got, right now, I've got Lee Dietz scored as the winner. And I don't believe that's correct. I believe it's going to be Jeff Ward.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of glitch in the scoring right there.
I believe it's going to be.
At least Jeff Ward's doing the burnout, so that's a pretty good evidence. Yeah. At least Jeff Ward thinks he won the race.
Yeah, no, I'm not quite sure what the.
Okay, pits are up for all cars. We can pit now.
I'm gonna have to see if I can pull it up on my scoring here.
We all know in the ISI-based engine sims, JD, that whenever there's a caution near the start-finish line, it has a little issue sometimes. But it looks like it's sorting itself out here now.
I think it's Jeff Ward, Gary Warren, and Chad Williams, your top three. Don't know about the rest of the field, but I do believe I remember seeing those guys' names in the top three when that caution flew.
All right, and I'll tell you what, as we watch Jeff Ward celebrate down there on the start-finish line, why don't we go ahead and step away? We'll take a commercial break and get ready for the post-race show here from Martinsville Speedway. So don't wander off, Cowboy. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back live here at Martinsville Speedway. I'll tell you what, after 131 laps here tonight, couple of green-white checkers, and Jeff Ward is going to take the trophy home here tonight. And Jeff, from poles to checkers, Cowboy, how did you manage to get the job done tonight?
That was rough at times there. We got out there and led about 40 laps at the beginning, and then it's almost like all hell broke loose. And I self-spun there, and once the brakes got heated up too much, and had Chad lost in front of me there and got into him, got some damage. So that sucked for both of us, but I was able to fight back on the outside there and finally get up towards the front and contend for it there.
There was a couple of times when you really had to fight for it. I think I saw you as deep as about 8th or 9th position back there, about the middle of the race or so. And, it didn't look like it was coming too easy to you. So, what did you have to do to get the thing back up in front?
Well, I kind of moved up to the high line there for a little bit. Some cars on the bottom seemed to be stacking up a little bit, and was able to make some headway on 3 or 4 guys there at once. That really helped. And then just fought hard, man. Tried to stay out of trouble and get the damage fixed on pit road when we got it, and still try to get some spots on pit road and get off, and just stay steady and was able to get back up there. It's unfortunate what happened to Gil. He had a strong car at the end. I think he saved his stuff most of the race, and I picked it up there at the end. But I hate to see that happen to him. Would have liked to fought it out, but hey, it happens sometimes. So I'm sure he'll get us the next broadcast we have.
You bet. And I'll tell you what, Cowboy, John Westling passing me notes up here in the booth a little while ago, and says, you're quite the country western singer. And John, he does sound kind of like Garth Brooks, but how about belting one out for us there, Jeff? Or no?
You can't put me on the spot, man. Some of the guys try to get me to sing the national anthem on there sometimes for the race, and I get into race mode. I ain't ready to sing, but yeah, I try to pick around a little bit as a hobby and sing a little bit, so that's always fun.
All right.
You're letting me down here, Jeff. Come on, Jeff. Come on, just give us a couple lines.
I tell you what, I bet we could probably YouTube Jeff Ward and come up with quite a bit. But Jeff Ward picking up the big one from Martinsville here tonight. Who made it happen for you, bud?
My teammate, Dwayne Ham, and my dad, Mike Ward, Big Dawgz Gaming. I'd like to thank you guys for doing the broadcast. You always do a great job. So, fortunately, we got you guys doing several of them for us this year. So, appreciate that. And just thank my friends, Chad, Gary. I'm glad we all got a top 3 there. That's pretty awesome. So, just thanks for everybody that helps out.
Outstanding, and congratulations. Taking the big one home from Martinsville tonight. I want to take it on down to pit road. I believe Ben is caught up with our second place finisher, Gary Warren.
Yeah, I'm down here. Gary, I've got a question for you. Did you find in the race, was the outside line working for you better, or was the inside? How were they? Maybe compare it a little bit for us.
It seemed like if you had the car that could actually run the high side, it seemed like the high side seemed to work for a few of us, but obviously the bottom was the best way around the track. But it worked for a few of us, so I gave it a shot, and I guess it, was paying off some there.
All throughout the race, there were battles like crazy. You ended up getting a second place finish out of all of them. Tell us how that happened.
Well, actually, I wasn't one of the fastest cars for most of practice and happy hour. I couldn't find the run that I needed, and started off pretty slow. And somehow, about midway through the race, I started to get a little faster, and I guess it kind of came to me toward the end of the race there, and we ended up in the right spot. And I didn't have nothing for Jeff though. Jeff, he was in his own little time zone. I couldn't keep up with him, but I'm happy I got a top 3 out of it.
Seemed to click for you in the middle of the race. You came home second place. We congratulate you on that. Who got it done for you?
I'd like to thank Mossio, Camo, Ford Racing, Big Dawgz for putting this on. They're a bunch of good guys, and I'm glad to see my buddy Jeff win it. My buddy Chad come in third. I like to have won it myself, and been nice to have that first win, but we're getting there. Pretty soon we'll be there, and that's pretty much it for now. But you'll be seeing me up front more here lately.
We thank you for stopping by, and congratulations on the second place victory. I'm going to send it on further down pit road. John, caught up with third place?
I sure have, guys. I caught up with Chad Williams. A great run tonight. Great league here. You guys ran one of the cleanest races I think I've ever seen at Martinsville. Got a little crazy at the end there, Chad. Why don't you run us through those last closing laps, and let us know how the brakes were towards the end of that race. We had a little discussion in pre-race about maybe the brakes starting to fade in the latter laps there.
Yeah, that was crazy towards the end. With about 20 to go, I was talking with Jesse Richardson, my teammate, and he said, do you want to pit or you want to stay out? And I said, well, let's do whatever the other guys don't do. And they stayed out, and we pitted, and I think I was running about 8th or 9th at the time, and ended up 3rd, so can't really complain there. But that just he told me to try the high line towards the end, and I started picking up a few positions up there. And as far as the brakes go, we talked about it before the race, the drivers, and we mentioned it might be an issue, and about halfway through the race, my brakes faded a little bit, and so I had to back off and let them cool off. And I know Gil and Jeff both had some issues with brakes as well, so it definitely was an issue, and as you expect at Martinsville with a short track.
Chad, if we put 20 laps back on the board, did you have a shot at Jeff Ward?
Man, Jeff, he's a tough competitor. He's tough to pass and he's tough to catch. Gil definitely had a good shot at him, and we had fresher tires, so I'd like to say we had a shot at him, but realistically, I just wanted second, man. I wanted to get at least second, but I got to the outside of Gary, and these guys are guys I race with every week, so I don't want to make anybody too mad, so didn't want to push the issue and wreck both of us and go from 3rd to 12th. So it worked out okay for us.
Well, Chad, I'm only going to ask you one last question before I cut you loose here. It sounds like you're getting hoarse. But after the race, when you bang fenders with these guys, do you go play shoot-up games or something over Big Dawgz Racing after the race?
As far as me getting hoarse, it's just allergies. But as far as the shooting games and everything, I don't play too many of the shooting games. I'm more of a go fast, turn left kind of guy. But it's a great league, and I want to thank Jesse Richardson again for sponsoring this race. And again, he's a teammate of mine, so he's a real life friend of mine, and he's a great guy. So really appreciate him putting this race on for us.
There you go, race fans. Before I cut you loose, Chad, I'm sure there's some friends and family back home you want to give a shout out to before I have to pick up this ETV hotline, Chad. Tell us who made it happen for you.
Well, definitely got to thank my sponsors. You got Rocksad Tire on here. We got Graphics Unlimited, Team and Contracting, and Stevens Lawn Care. All great sponsors. I appreciate them letting me put the name on the car. And above all else, I've got to thank my wife. She allows me to do this every week. Fortunately, I'm able to talk this week, and my voice is a little messed up because of allergies. But with her out of town, she lets me talk. So we'll see what happens in the future.
All right, Chad Williams picking up a trophy here from Martinsville tonight. And I'll tell you what, Cowboy, what a run they had. Jeff Ward going home with the big one. Gary Williams with a solid second-place finish here as well. Ben, I'll tell you what, I told you about my shoot-'em-up game stuff. It only lasts about 10 minutes because I tend to shoot everything in sight, and then the old game over, you lose comes on the screen. I'll tell you what, there weren't no losers here tonight. Gil Drake having his issues, but I'll tell you what, put in some pretty good laps here before electrical issues overtook the 00.
Yeah, no losers exactly tonight, even up here in the broadcast booth. We are winners with the great race we saw today. Battles all over the track, all throughout the race. All in all, I'm going to get to go to sleep happy knowing that I saw a great race from Martinsville put on by Big Dawgz Racing.
Outstanding. I'll tell you what, sponsored by Richardson Construction. You want to catch them if you live up in the Archer Lodge, North Carolina area, 919-625-2403, Cowboy. I'll tell you what, licensed contractors, get after it, dude. You need one of those custom-built race rooms added onto your house, get in touch with Richardson Construction. So that's going to wrap it up here from Martinsville Speedway. Join us tomorrow night with the Friday Night Live gang. David Bass, Michael Conti, Dakota Ehrman. They're going to be at Chicagoland Speedway for the last one of the series for the Friday Night Showdown. So we'll see you then. From ETV Live and all the boys up here in the booth, we'll catch you next time.